Duck Season, the 2017 VR game release that was meant to be like the classic 80s game Duck Hunt, but with a dark twist. Yeah, I never played it. So if I say something in this video that's stupid or inaccurate, my bad fam, I'm sorry. Anyways, I'm bringing this up because our animation to talk about today is Meaning of Fear, a Minecraft Duck Season animated music video created by Phyre Productions, a relatively smaller Minecraft animation channel. And that is why, just like with the Afton series, I completely ignored this animation when it first appeared in my YouTube feed, since it was the channel's first animation. It doesn't matter what channel it is, the first few videos are usually always bound to be hot garbage, this one included. But just like with the Afton series, YouTube kept throwing this thing in my face until I watched it, and I'm sorry I keep making comparisons, but I need to. And then it finally hit me. I haven't even taken a second to look at this video's thumbnail to even determine if it's worth my time or not. And if I'd done that sooner, I wouldn't have put off the watch for so long. The thumbnail alone promises some good quality, and it was enough to finally get me to watch the animation. Now granted, it's a bit shorter than your typical animation, but it's still amazing nonetheless. Yes, it is good. But like with every animation, it comes with its own set of flaws, but we can get into a little bit of that later. Now, Meaning of Fear has a slightly different animation art style, going for a more low-poly look rather than just plain Minecraft. This doesn't really affect a lot of stuff, just something I thought I'd point out. Now, going into this, I expected some stuff to look a little bit unfinished or not fully polished, like walls not being decorated with anything for example, but luckily that isn't the case most of the time. Most of the time. Yeah, I could sit here and nitpick the thing all day, but that's not what this video is about. Anyways, I would talk some more about the story here, but to be honest, there isn't much of one. Well, I mean, there is, but not an original one, if you get what I mean. It's more or less just an animation of the actual game, and not trying to do anything original. And I am perfectly fine with that. A lot of the time I rag on animations for not being original, but I don't think it's as bad here for two reasons. One, again, this is the channel's first animation, and two, the animation wasn't trying to come up with its own story, it was meant to just be an animation about a game. Now, you can call me a hypocrite since I said that about Cubicle Show Yourself, but here's all I'm saying. That animation was bad since it was literally almost scene for scene, shot for shot, the same as an animation that someone else had made to go with their song, and it could have done more. This animation, however, isn't copying something else. It's still using the events of Duck Season, but using some unique shots and other ways to show the story. Unfortunately, if you do know a lot about Duck Season, then you probably were a bit bored watching this, but for someone like myself who didn't know too much about it, it was an excellent watch. Now, let me move on to the visuals and the character animations. Now, I said earlier that this animation's art style is more low poly, or poly, however you're supposed to say it, than the traditional Minecraft style, but it's really not a terrible difference. In fact, the team kind of meshes the two styles together and it doesn't look half bad. I like the hair for the characters, the environment looks nice, everything's just good here. The visuals aren't as crazy as there were in animations like Break the Cycle, but they don't need to be to get the job done, and even then that animation was done by somebody else, the teams are different. The character animations also shine here too. I really couldn't find any later animation movements or anything similar. So overall, this animation is really neat. A bit shorter than I'd like it to be, but still a good first animation for this channel nonetheless, and I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10. And yeah, that's really all I've got to say about this thing. Sorry that the video was so short. Should probably just start talking about some outro stuff now. Only a small percent of the people that watch my videos are actually subscribed.